You can go through the entire Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC and miss this Spirit Ash that can upgrade to this Spirit Ash, and even this Spirit Ash, which can only be unlocked with the secret item. So for those completionists out there, I'll be showing you how to unlock every single Spirit Ash in one DLC playthrough, starting with Demi-human Swordsman Yosh. In order to get this Spirit Ash, all you have to do as soon as you enter the DLC is make your way up along this pathway, and when you arrive at the Great Bridge North side of Grace, you're just going to move west, go across the water past the dragon until you arrive in the Belurat jail. You typically know you're by a jail when you see a bunch of stuff on the side. In order to get this Spirit Ash once you're in the Belurat jail, you just have to make your way all the way towards the boss room, which at the jails are typically all the way at the bottom. Once you do, you'll enter the boss fight with Demi-human Swordsman Ons, and once you defeat it, you'll get its Spirit Ash. The next Spirit Ash is Curseblade Meera. In order to get this Spirit Ash, you have to go from the Morth Ruins to Bonny Village. And once you're at the Bonny Village side of Grace, you then want to make your way south across this bridge until you arrive at the Bonny Jail, which will look very obvious as you're getting close to it. All you have to do is make your way all the way down, and eventually you'll arrive at the boss room. You then have to defeat the Curseblade Labirith, and the drop will be Curseblade Meera Spirit Ash. The next Spirit Ash is Black Knight Commander Andreas. And to get to this place, you just have to go from the castle front along this pathway until you arrive at the Fog Rift Catacombs. Once you are in the Fog Rift Catacombs, you can just follow me as I'm going to quickly show you the pathway to get to it. And just for transparency, the enemies are cleared just so we can get there a little bit faster. You want to bait out that, go to the next spot. And when that comes up, you're just going to move through here. Then take a sharp right, dodge any enemies in the way, go down this pathway, dodge the cannon from the enemy up there, and then go left until you reach this corner and you can bait this, and then jump up, and then you want to run to the side on the left. Kill the enemy in front of you in this room that shows up, and then make another left where you'll find another enemy at this bridge. Then keep going this way. Go up the steps. You'll find two Mesmer soldiers here. Make it easy by taking them out, otherwise they can knock you off. And then go to the right over here and bait another drop, just like that. And then go straight into here. Turn left. And you'll arrive at the location to get Black Knight Commander Andreas. The next Spirit Ash that we'll be going for is the Bigmouth Imp Ashes, which is going to be found all the way in the Darklight Catacombs, which I show you how to get here in my map fragment video, and also go into detail about the Darklight Catacombs and every reward in it. To basically get there, you're going to have to head over to the Shadow Keep area to the location where you find a coffin, and that coffin is going to bring you to the castle watering hole, and then you eventually will walk all the way to the Recluse's River upstream, and then you'll continue going down south until you arrive at the Recluse's River downstream. From the Recluse's River downstream, what you want to do is walk over to this spot right here and then drop down all the way on these platforms. Just be a little careful. Once you get down, you're going to head towards the southeast area where you see the next waterfall, and then you're going to find a similar platform where you can jump down and take that all the way down. Once you work your way all the way down, you're going to then go towards this area, which is the Darklight Catacombs. Open up that door and you should be in here. All right, let me take you real quick to where the spot is. So take the elevator down, then hit the side of Grace and go straight and towards the right. Now, if it's dark in your game, there's a way to turn on the lights here. It's going to be really easy. You just have to go down like this, come here, and then drop down past these enemies so they don't see you, and then turn in this room here, hit the switch, and the light should be on for the first area. After the lights are on, you can continue out this way, watch out for the cannon enemy, and keep making your way down. Once you arrive down, you're just going to go towards this side where the enemy's throwing stuff at you, and then you'll come down this pathway, and you can call the next elevator. And then you arrive at the next floor. From here, what you want to do is go down these steps here, go straight, and then climb up the ladder. It might be dark in your game, so I'm just showing you how to turn on the lights so you can easily see down here. Then turn right and then drop down in this room where you'll then turn on the switch. Then you'll pull the lever to turn on the lights in this area. From here, you could just drop out of here like this. fall down this little ledge here, walk in this room, and you'll pick up this really cool death armor set on this body here and find an enemy out there. Then you can just take the ladder down to the next floor. Go into this room, drop down, and then take the lift to the next floor. Once you get out the elevator, you're going to come down here and you're going to see an enemy with a big cannon. Just make sure to dodge those. Kind of bait them in a zigzag pattern would be the best way to do it. And then what you want to do is angle yourself towards the left here. Remember to zigzag so you don't get hit by the enemy, like I just did. And then once you arrive in this room, you're going to see a switch. You're then going to pull it, and that should light up the area to look like my game and make this enemy be able to fall down just like that. But then what you can do is approach the enemy if you want, take him out. Once you take out this enemy, you're then going to drop down facing the south direction and then walk in this room, and you'll find a chest here that'll show the Bigmouth Imp Ashes. The next Spirit Ash is going to be Ancient Dragon Florissax. Now this one is a little complicated to get, but it requires you to not progress far in the beginning of the game. What I mean by this is that you should have Moore sitting at the main gate cross, and you should have Taylew sitting at the Pillar Path Cross Site of Grace. When you meet Taylew for the first time at the Pillar Path Cross Site of Grace, you want to then teleport all the way over to the main gate cross Site of Grace and then talk to Moore. When you talk to Moore and tell him about meeting Taylew, he'll then give you an item called the Black Syrup. From there, you're going to go all the way back to Taylew at the Pillar Path Cross Site of Grace, talk to him, and because you give him the Black Syrup, he's then going to give you his own special concoction. After you have this concoction item, you want to go from the Pillar Path waypoint and make your way all the way into the Dragon Pit Cave. You just have to walk your way through the entire Dragon Pit until you turn left at this staircase here, drop down, fight a boss, and then after defeating that boss, you'll exit out into the Dragon Pit Terminus area, and then you'll proceed further east where you'll see another big dragon, and from there you'll go all the way south until you arrive at the Grand Altar of Dragon Communion. Over here is where you'll see the Dragon Priestess. Now for this next step, what you want to do is make it nighttime and then approach the Dragon Priestess and use Taylew's concoction on her. What this is going to do is cause her to knock out, and then when you make it the morning from the Site of Grace and reload the area, she's going to realize that she knocked out, and eventually you'll get an incantation and her Spirit Ash, the Ancient Dragon Florissax. Just be aware that you'll lock yourself out of getting other rewards from the Baal questline, which I have listed in my Dragon Form video, and I'll link that down in the description. The next Spirit Ash is going to be Black Knight Captain Huw, and in order to get this one, you're going to want to make your way towards the Temple Town Ruins, and from the Temple Town Ruins Site of Grace, you're then going to wrap around this entire water river area until you arrive at the Scorpion River Catacombs. Once you arrive in there, take the elevator down, and once you're in there from the Site of Grace, you're then going to just follow this pathway, and we're just going to make our way down as much as we can. So turn left here. There's going to be eyes staring at you, so just run straight. Turn left. Then you can drop down here and go straight and to the right. Keep going down. This is going to be another enemy over here. Just keep going. Go down this pathway. Turn right. Keep going down. And then be careful because above you is a trap. Let that drop down. Go to the right room here to be safe. Let it drop down again. And then go forward. From here, you're then going to go towards the right side. So just bait that down and make your way all the way to that altar straight ahead. Once you get past this area, you're then going to fight these knights, or you can skip all of them and just run straight to the spot where you can pick this up. Congratulations, you now have Black Knight Captain Huw. The next Spirit Ash that we're going to be getting is the Divine Bird Warrior Ornis. Now, from the Morth Ruins, you could just walk into this little cave here by the water, which will bring you all the way around into the Ancient Ruins base. And from the Ancient Ruins base, if you make your way down this direction, you will eventually walk into what is known as the Temple Town Ruins Site of Grace. Now, from the Site of Grace, it's going to be really easy to get the Spirit Ash. From the Site of Grace, you're just going to follow me along this pathway, facing in the north direction. Going to jump up here. just like this. Stay towards the right side, and then you'll see a spirit spring right over here. Take that up and angle yourself in a way where you'll make it right over here. So that building, and then jump over here. Then go through this hole, cave, I called it a hole, and then you eventually will arrive right in front of this building. It looks like a little temple, and you just walk in. There's going to be a treasure chest in front of you, and when you open it, you will get yourself the divine Bird Warrior Ornis. Next up is the Spider Scorpion Ashes. Now to get to here, you're going to want to be at the Viaduct Minor Tower, which is the west exit out of the Shadow Keep area. And once you're here, just follow me straight out as we go and get this. Go to the edge here. You're going to see a little bit of a rock pathway down at this edge. Drop down, you should be fine. Once you're down here, you're going to follow this water and turn towards the right side here. Keep going straight in and then immediately turn right, go right past this guy here, and then right underneath this big scorpion, you're going to find a body, pick up the item there, and you will have it. Just make sure not to get chased up by this big enemy because it's very dangerous. Now, the next two Spirit Ashes that I'll be talking about is Fire Knight Queelign, Swordhand of Night Jolan, and the upgraded version of that, Jolan and Anna. You'll first meet Fire Knight Queelign by going inside of Belurat Tower. From the small private altar, you're going to make your way all the way up here, turn into this area, and you'll face Fire Knight Queelign for the first time. After you beat him for the first time, you're then going to find him in a second location, and that second location is going to be all the way from the High Road Cross site of Grace. If you go all the way up here and turn to the west, there's going to be a church called the Church of the Crusade. When you enter into the Church of the Crusade, you'll then be able to fight Fire Knight Queelign again. After fighting Fire Knight Queelign at the Church of Crusade, you'll then make your way all the way over to the Church of District entrance located here. Take an entire pathway across the roofs, jump on top of a platform, drop down, and then you'll enter a door where you'll find Fire Knight Queelign on the floor. At this point of the game, you'll be offered a choice of using the Iris of Grace or the Iris of Occultation, which I have a totally separate video of talking in great detail about how to get those irises. But if you use the Iris of Grace on Fire Knight Queelign, you'll then get Fire Knight Queelign Spirit Ash that you can use in battle. Now, in order to get the Swordhand of Night Jolan, you're gonna have to make your way over to the Cathedral of Manus Mitir, where you'll enter into the room and you'll talk to Ymir, who gives you an entire quest line, which I also go into great detail about. However, the simple summary of it is you talk to Ymir until you get a necklace. After you go get a necklace, you're going to have to make your way over to the Finger Ruins of Dio, blow on that, come back to the cathedral, talk to Ymir again, then go all the way south until you arrive at the Finger Ruins of Rhea, blow on the objective right over there, go back to Ymir, exhaust all the dialogue back at the cathedral, wait until nighttime, a secret passageway opens up, you battle the Mother of Fingers, you have a big battle with a bunch of other people and Ymir, and then finally there'll be a knight sitting down on the floor. This is Jolan, and what you do is you just have to present the Iris of Grace to Jolan and you'll get the Spirit Ash summon of that. However, this Spirit Ash can actually be upgraded, and in order to get the upgrade, you're gonna have to make your way over to the hinterlands. And if any of these locations seem to be confusing, I also have another video talking about how to get to every secret location. I know I'm bringing up all my other videos, but it's gonna make your life a lot easier if you refer out to those if you're ever lost. But if you've already explored the map, this should be easy for you to understand. Once you arrive at the hinterlands, you're gonna make your way all the way following up this pathway, going up the hill until you arrive at the Shaman Village. At the Shaman Village, you're then going to go further up until you come about these rocks over here. You're gonna drop down this entire pathway, go down like this around this area, completely safe, and then you'll see a building in front of you. This is Rabbit's Rise, and you want to jump down carefully at the top and then enter into this window over here where you then will find Anna. When you interact with this puppet, it'll then upgrade Knight Jolan to Jolan and Anna, which is considered to be the most powerful Spirit Ash in the DLC, even though I personally think the Mimic tier is better. The next Spirit Ash we'll be getting is the Fingercreeper Ashes. And in order to get to the Fingercreeper Ashes, you must have unlocked the Hinterlands, which is a secret area in the game. Once you arrive in the Hinterlands, you just want to make your way towards the Hinterland Bridge and eventually arrive at Fingerstone Hill, Site of Grace. From here, you're going to hop on to your horse, your trusted steed Torrent, and follow me down this pathway. Once you see this little tree, you can start to turn left towards the north direction, and eventually you'll find a little hole in the ground here where there are fingers, and they're all just hanging around over here. And what you could do is jump down carefully, just like this. And when you come all the way to the bottom, you'll find a giant finger hand here if you haven't been here before, and you'll see that there is a body and an item. Oh, there it is. You want to go to that body and then just grab the item. That'll be the Fingercreeper Ashes. The next Spirit Ash that we're going to be getting is Fire Knight Huw. And for this, you're going to need to make your way all the way over to the Church District entrance, and we're going to make our way to the Storehouse Loft. You're just going to jump onto this pathway here that I'm taking you, and we're going to head to this location. Jump over here. Great. Turn right. Go up this pathway. Jump. Don't get attacked by this guy. And then jump again on this roof. Then you can hang to the right. Fight or not fight. Totally up to you against this Mesmer soldier. I like to usually sneak past them. And then once I'm far enough, I'll get back and run. Then I'll jump onto this building here. And then I'll look for that ledge right over there. And from that here, I'll just jump. Then what you want to do is just go straight up this way. Go up this roof. And then angle yourself right over here and drop down. Then turn to the right. Continue down this way. And then drop down. Now, if you go straight down this way, just like this, there's going to be two Mesmer soldiers, but you can walk by them. And then I'm going to turn immediately left right here. When you take this pathway, you'll arrive at this lift right here, and that'll take you all the way up. From here, you'll arrive in the Specimen Storehouse, and what you want to do is go left right over here, and you'll find a Site of Grace in front of you. This will be the Storehouse back section Site of Grace, so now you don't have to go through all that. Now from here, what you want to do is just walk forward and climb up this ladder. Ignore these enemies here and just keep going. No need to start fights. Then when you're over here in this room, what you want to do is just circle around these guys like this, turn to the right, and you're gonna have a secret back room door right here. So from here, just go up this pathway, follow these stairs all the way up, go in here, and save at the Site of Grace, which is the Storehouse Loft. Once you arrive at the Storehouse Loft, you're then going to take this lift up. Once you take this loft up, follow me on this pathway. We're going to turn left here, make a right. There's going to be a bat in the way. You can just take that bat out if it blocks you, and then climb up the ladder right over here. You're then going to turn completely around until you see another bat in the distance flying, so you should be facing the east direction, and then go that way. Just like this. Perfect. Turn, and then keep running. We're going to jump to that platform on the lower part. Right over here. Once you make it to the lower platform, you're then going to go towards the northwest side, face this ladder, and go up. If you want, I do suggest taking out this Fire Knight because they are very annoying. And once you do that, you're just going to head to the platform where you see that lift. And then you're going to go back to the left and jump on the one that's coming up on the left side. And that's going to bring you up to this spot here. You're going to see a dead body or a corpse. Jump on that, pick that up, and you then will have Fire Knight Huw. The next Spirit Ash we'll be going for is Taylew the Golden Smith. And we're going to start here at the Ancient Ruins base and make our way to Taylew's Ruin Forge, which is pretty easy to reach actually. You just have to go this way. So northeast direction, and we're going to go past all these soldiers and enemies. They won't even know. We're going right through them. So follow me on this pathway. Then you'll arrive at this building. You'll see a little hole here. Just enter it. That'll give you the Taylew's Ruin Forge Site of Grace. Activate that, and then you can follow me as I show you quickly how to get it. So you're going to walk over here, come down this platform, turn to the right, just like this. Skip this enemy, drop down, come over here, drop down here, and then we're going to jump on this platform. From this platform, we're going to work our way all the way up this pipe. Then, going to drop to the right, like this. Walk in this room. Make your way towards the golems here. And then you're going to find this ledge and jump right off, just like that. Perfect. Once you drop down, you're then going to turn to the right over here, go a little further in, and you'll find a ladder that you can climb up. Once you get up the ladder, just go up these steps. Walk into this room and activate this lever. This will cause the pipe to completely shift to the opposite side, just like that. And you then can jump down here, jump here, jump down this pathway, and then can easily just get onto this platform here, just like that. From here, you just have to go all the way up, jump over here, climb up the ladder, and then stick your hand in the forge to get yourself Taylew the Golden Smith. Next up, we're going to be getting the Bloodfiend Hexer's Ashes. And to do this, we're going to go from the Temple Town ruins and make our way all the way towards the Rivermouth cave. And it's a little bit of a tricky pathway to go. So from this, you want to go down the southeast pathway here where you see Temple Town ruins show up and just go all the way through it. So just follow me as we get through here. You're then going to see a waterfall on the left, and then you're going to focus on looking for where you see these little dragonflies, which indicate there is a ledge that you can start moving down on. Once you see that ledge, which is going to be right there, you're going to hop onto that and make your way down. But be careful, it is a little bit dangerous. Just follow me as we go down. Once you make it to the bottom, you're just going to follow me along this pathway until we get to the Rivermouth cave, which is right over here. Hop off and then go inside. Get to the site of grace and you're ready to go through the Rivermouth cave. So we're just going to head down this pathway like this. A bunch of wolves over here. Go further in. Go up this rock here, which will bring us into the next section, and then you'll see a little hole that you can drop down. And then once you're down this little bloody, watery, rivery, stream looking area, keep going through. You want to get past all these guys here. So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to, make it obvious I'm here. They're not going to really know I'm here, but I'm just going to walk by every single one of them and then keep going this direction. And then once you're here, you're going to enter the boss room, where you'll enter a battle with the boss, the Chief Bloodfiend. Once you beat him, he will drop the Bloodfiend Hexer's Ashes. Alright, let's move on to the next one. The next Spirit Ash we're going to be getting is the Mesmer Soldier Ashes. And to get here, you have to head over to the North Highway South, basically Fort of Reprimand area, which can be accessed once you reach the High Road Cross area and just pretty much going south. So from the site of grace, what you want to do is we're going to head inside of Fort Reprimand. And then you're going to turn left, sharp left, into a little secret room entryway right over here. You want to drop down here and get past this enemy. And then turn right at these steps and walk out here, where you'll see something right at this gravestone. Pick it up, and that'll be Mesmer Soldier Ashes. Just like that, you now have another one. The next Spirit Ash we'll be getting is the Gravebird Ashes. And to get here, it's going to require us to head over to Charo's hidden grave, which can be simply found by going through this pathway from the castle front towards the Pillar Path waypoint, entering the Dragon's Pit, exiting out the Dragon's Pit terminus, and then heading south to the Grand Altar of Dragon Communion. From the Grand Altar of Dragon Communion, you just want to make your way all the way over to Charo's hidden grave, Site of Grace. Just go up the Dragon's Arm and continue down this entire pathway until we arrive at the Site of Grace. From Charo's hidden grave, Site of Grace, you're then going to go down this pathway and work your way towards the giant elevation point. If you haven't defeated the Furnace Golem in your game, you should see it. The location is going to be where the Furnace Golem is walking. And when you take the Spirit Spring up, you'll then see a body right over here by this rock. Pick it up and you'll have the Gravebird Ashes. The next Spirit Ash we're going for is the Man of Flies Spirit Ash. And to get here, we're going to have to start at the Castle Watering Hole, which can be reached from Shadow Keep by interacting with the coffin to bring you to this secret location. From the Castle Watering Hole, you're going to make your way all the way until you arrive at the Recluse's River upstream. And from the Recluse's River upstream, you're then going to go all the way down to the Recluse's River downstream. From the Recluse's River downstream, you're going to then follow this pathway that I'm showing you. So come by these rocks. You should start seeing some flies over here. So instead of going down, we're just going to follow this pathway over here. Keep following where the flies are and drop down, and we're going to stay towards the right side here. And this place I didn't even know about existed. So if you keep going up this way, turn right by staying to the right of the rocks, you'll actually arrive in the Village of Flies, which is crazy that this even exists. And once you arrive in the area, you're then going to turn towards the right side, where you're going to find a bunch of pots. And then keep going to the right here, inside of the village. And eventually, you'll come across some flies, a big fly over here, and just pick up the item and you'll have the man fly ashes. There you go. That's how you get that. Pretty cool. The next two spirit ashes I'm going to be showing you how to get are the Inquisitor Ashes and the Horned Warrior Ashes. Now, in order to get these, it requires you to be in the end game in Inner Ilum. And to get to the end game, you basically would have to defeat Mesmer, get his flame, and then defeat Romina, and then burn the Sealing Tree. Once you do that, that'll transport you right over to the area. Once you arrive there, you're going to just make your way up the steps, just like this. Turn to the right, just get past this enemy, jump up here, grab this side of grace, which is the first rise, and then you're going to exit out of the southwest entrance. From here, you're going to see a little bridge that you could just jump across. Make sure to jump. And then you're going to turn left past all these enemies. Take the steps up, get past this guy over here, and climb all the way up these steps. Get your stamina back and go. And make sure to avoid the enemies here as they hurt. Make your way all the way up here and rush into this room. Open up the door and you'll get yourself this site of grace, which is called Spiral Rise. Now, from Spiral Rise, we're going to get our first Spirit Ash. So right from Spiral Rise, come down here and you're going to take the steps that are immediately on your left. Just like this. Go down here, turn to the right, go in this room, and on this body is where you'll find the first one, the Inquisitor Ashes. Once you get that, you can go right back to the Spiral Rise, and once you're here, you're just going to follow me up these steps, jump out this window, walk on this roof, jump on the next roof, avoid these birds, jump up on this next roof, go over here, the enemy over here, just make sure to dodge, and then you can see a step right there, jump down as soon as you get there, and then go up here, and you'll be in a room where you'll see some items, and it's going to be right on your left here. Go to this body, pick it up, and then you'll have the Horned Warrior Ashes. Now that you have all the spirit ashes in the game, you should check out this video over here.